All right.
Hey.
Welcome, What's Up and About, ladies. Hey, Mary, how you doing?
I'm doing great, thank
Grand.
you. Good to be
see
here.
you. All right. So you guys have something very interesting to talk about this morning.
When you say you guys,
Ladies.
why are you,
You ladies, you people.
directing it
You.
to us?
Don't
Because
mind you,
you're
the
ladies,
people who
and
are
the
talking
topic
about it
today-
the most on social media were
Well,
guys.
men.
Hey, help me, yo.
It
It's,
happens.
it's about the Omugwo process in our local tradition. Omugwo is a word gotten from the Igbo language, if I'm not mistaken, but this has transcended into all cultures.
I think in Yoruba
There's-
it's Owolomi. Have you?
Some people call it Owolomi, so that's when they are greeting the mother.
Yeah.
But I believe it's Olojojo Omo. I don't know why I can't
Yoruba girl, that's so good.
No. Normally, it's because I've not heard it said. I've read about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I've not heard someone actually say it
Yeah.
as a word in front of
Yeah,
me.
but what's the instance here? Why are we talking about it?
Well, the thing is, okay, so it all started from a video a man shared.
Viral video.
Yeah.
A viral video.
Yeah.
He was helping his wife. She's very pregnant. She
just
just
gave
had a
birth.
baby.
Yeah.
And so he was helping her through the postnatal process, helping her with, the therapies,
Yeah.
cooking for her, caring for her. And then people started talking about how it's too private a moment to put on social media.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be stuff you talk about, even if it's for content, yada, yada. And somehow it's transcended into talks about Omugo.
Yeah.
And how many people ignore the fact that Omugo isn't just about care of the child. It's most
about
importantly
care
about
about the
care
mother.
about the mother. And that's how
Exactly.
the drama started.
So this particular
It's still
video,
trending.
she called it therapies, but a lot of people are unaware of what actually happens as soon as a woman has a baby. First of all, what they see is the whole tie the tummy thing, but they don't see the wearing of, sanitary wear. They don't see the having to keep your legs up because your legs might be swollen. They don't see all that part. But that's what the mom needs help with. Now, if the baby cries, it's not every single second that the mother is able to just rush and pick up the baby. The mom needs help. But then some Omugwo situations have turned to something else where the mother is not only looking after the baby, but is looking after the mother.
Who's supposed to be
Who's
the
supposed
one
to
doing
be
all of
The
that?
one taking care
Well,
of her.
at least assisting. So after giving birth, I don't want to be thinking about what everybody else is going to eat.
So I read the post. I read through it's a long post by
Yeah.
Abd Basit, the big asset, Uncle Biola. And he talked about how the Omugwo process is supposed to be, but what it's turning into, how certain mother-in-laws only come over to be pampered themselves by the same woman who's just pushed a human being out of her body, And he concluded by saying, every one of us know our mothers. If yours isn't the ideal Omugwo mother and you can't afford to hire help, at least make her stay in her house and manage with your wife. Do better. Childbearing isn't something to trivialize.
So childbearing is something that many people trivialize, actually.
Yeah.
I saw a post last week before this became a big deal. A post last week of a lady talking about how when she gave birth, the doctor was like, make sure you're up within the next 24 hours. And that's what an average mother is told, especially when you do a CS.
Yeah.
An average mother is told you should be up and about by 24 hours. There's no big deal to
Are
what
there
you've
medical
done.
reasons why I'd say that?
Well, medical reasons on the one hand, but let's also remember that at the same time, anybody who has a surgery, even in the same
rest.
area, will
Yeah.
be told, rest, don't rush.
Yeah.
But why is it always different for mothers?
Yeah.
You're told you have to be strong for your... You have to...
Is this one instance or is this...
It's
I've
not
heard
one
this too.
instance.
I
In
heard
fact,
this too.
as a matter of fact, I happened to be in the hospital in December. And there was a lady... Shut up, what's your business? And there was a lady admitted next to me, and she had a surgery done to her belly. I think it was fibroid removal.
Okay.
And she was talking about, 2 days later, she was talking about the care they were giving her.
Yeah.
And she said to the woman, when I had my baby, nobody cared for me
cared
like
this
this. You people were telling me, get up, move,
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
But you are telling me now, take my time. Why is it always different for we women when we have babies?
The
And
most
that was the
painful
first time I
line.
would hear that.
Yeah.
And it stuck.
The most painful line is it only you that's giving birth? That is the most painful thing you can say to any woman who has gone through that process, ever. And if you ever feel like saying it, please hold your tongue. and roll it back in your mind and ask for forgiveness from God.
I would like to
It's
take it
painful.
back to the initial instance, this video that's trending of the guy helping his wife who's just had a baby. You said that people actually thought that it was too intimate a moment or too private a moment to share.
I didn't think so.
In a small way, I kind of think so myself. I still think so. However, I also believe that as the world grows and all, we need to document our lives and our processes and our cultures.
True.
That is very, very, we need to learn from these instances.
Yeah.
And if it takes one or two people to put these kinds of visuals out there,
Yeah.
I think we need to know. Bringing it back to our culture, I don't think that men absolutely fully understand these things you ladies are telling.
Yeah.
I didn't understand this. It took me actually being in the process to see
Yeah.
what it entails, how, you know, how much care a woman needs after childbirth, not just physically,
Mentally.
mentally.
Yeah.
as well.
Postpartum depression is a
Yes,
thing.
Oh,
because
wow.
I will tell you, and this is not something I'm proud of, there are things I didn't do that my wife still has grievances about regarding that time. And I always apologize and say to her, I didn't know any better. There wasn't any manual. So I think perhaps maybe somewhere in our culture, somewhere in our society, if we could have some sort of preparation courses or classes for especially for men,
For dads
for
to
dads,
be. Yeah.
for dads to be. I'm sure there's something like that. I'm sure we just
will
need
be.
It's interesting
It's
you
very,
would
very,
mention
Yeah.
this because
absolutely necessary.
we have antenatal classes for women where you go to learn about, you know, things you need to do while pregnant. And then towards delivery period, you're taught things to, to expect and all.
Yeah.
But nothing of such is done to men.
Yeah.
I must say this. I usually waive it for men sometimes that they are not taught is why they don't know. But there's a problem if the fact that you don't know before, you're not willing to learn when the process now begins. Because you cannot expect a man who has no idea what to do do what you expect him to do.
But on the
That's
other
it.
hand, in 2024, ignorance is no longer an excuse. You have access to all this information online. You have social media.
Such as the video we just seen.
Yeah.
And you
Don't
have
complain
other
about
men. Why aren't, okay, this is not to trivialize it, beer apologists, why can't it be around stuff like that?
That's a good idea. Hence,
Yeah.
this Friday on the Black Table, what are we going to be discussing? The Omugwo culture in Nigeria. Join us then.
By
Yeah.
men who don't know what to say about
No,
it.
but it is something that men need to start talking about. Because at this point, there's no excuse. That's just how I feel about it.
I still
I'm
see
gonna
nothing
wrap
wrong with the video, though. I
It
don't.
was actually cute. He
There
cooked
was
a really
videos
nice-
on the internet.
nice
What are we
meal
talking
for her.
about? It was so cute.
You know, Mary, this would be the perfect time, Mary, but you're not going to do it.
No.
Well, thank you for joining us. Tell us what you think. Give us your opinion. We're live on X. Write it under there. Use the hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TVC. And please follow Wake Up Nigeria on Instagram. That's Wake Up Nigeria itself. Got some
Wake
behind
Up
the
Nigeria
scenes that you guys need to
TVC.
see.
Yeah.
All right, we'll be back.
Got it.
Thank you for joining.